as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
On the 14th of February, I had the honour of having an exclusive interview with our British consul, Charmaine Arbuin. And a lot of that conversation was centred around people like me, who are over 50 and are now immigrants in another country, particularly with the Brexit nigh. It's a date that's coming close. And it would seem, as Lynda Woodin knows all too well, who's volunteered with Age Concern Marbella San Pedro, that those of us who are getting older on the Costa del Sol and maybe don't have family or a circle of friends to support us if anything happens to us, maybe just age in itself, that we need assistance. This is something, Lynda, I can only congratulate you, Tom, all the team, Stephen, for the effort that you're putting into not only creating Age Concern, making it a special Marbella San Pedro division, but what goes into getting the volunteers, knowing who needs the help.
Huge amount of work. And sorry, because we've just recently got our SIF number, thank heavens, we can now actually go forward. But what I found is that there seems to be a little bit of resistance in people getting involved with Age Concern, because they say, oh, that's for old people, that's for old people. No, it's for every age to look and see if they can help the older people.
Well, a lot of things are culturally based, and we don't realise that by living abroad we actually do change circumstances, and things we're used to in our own country are not the norm maybe in Spain. We were even saying before about shaking hands and kissing. It's a very British thing, an American thing to shake hands, and yet for someone from South Africa or for someone from Spain it's that immediate hug and the 2 kisses, and if you're Dutch there's 3 kisses. A lot of it comes down to culture. Now, one of the main problems that the British consul pointed out is that, for example, in Spain, the healthcare system and the hospitals depend largely on the family support group. And many of the doctors and nurses can't understand when a foreigner gets ill why their family aren't flying over, taking them home, moving over here, doing something to support them. Because the Spanish way of life is very family orientated. Kids live at home till they're 30, 35, till they get married. Whereas in England, for example, at 18, everyone's out and you're expected to live in your own place and to be independent. So the cultural differences for foreigners getting old in Spain, we're not ready for the challenges that are really we're going to face.
And one of them is exactly what you've just been talking about, which is when they go into hospital, normally the Spanish people will go and actually stay with that person that's in hospital. And it's expected that a member of the family or close member of that particular person will go and take care of them, because they haven't got the right amount of staff themselves. And of course, British people and colonials do not have that culture. And of course, it's very different for them. And if they don't have anybody here, they've got to look at a neighbour that they know or speak to a friend and say, can you help me?
So really, more than United Nationalities of Marbella, we need to become the United Families of Marbella. This is very much in line with our effort to now insert, for example, the orphans from Malaga, instead of them just going onto the street or being a child in Malaga, because we have this culture of a lot of people not having families here, and we tend to make our own little family groups. They would be best suited to coming to work here in our community and finding this little niche with that family support. When we get older, it's the same thing. It's crossing over now the ages to see how we can help each other. How can we help get Age Concern up and running?
Up and really running. Well, the most important thing, obviously, is to get volunteers of every age to come and sign up. It's not difficult. All you do is phone on the helpline or get hold of one of the members of the committee, and we have a form that you fill in. That then gets checked out just to make sure that everything is in order, and you'll be given a little badge which actually allows you then to go and visit a person that is in need of care or help or something along those lines. And also, anybody that you know, like your next door neighbour is slightly frail, and you suddenly see that they're not able to really look after themselves any longer, give us a call, because we'll go there, assess them, and then take them on as almost as patients, really, I suppose. And if they are in a very bad state, we'll get hold of the consul of the country that they come from and get them repatriated back to their families, or make alternative arrangements so we can take care of them. You know, many of them are very ill, and of course they can't travel anymore, so they need to be taken to somewhere like a hospice or
and then that has to be paid for. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many factors to take into consideration, and I think when we're young and healthy, these things are not on our radar. But one of the things we can't avoid going by is time, and it's something that is going to happen.
We're all going to get
to us all. One of the things that I see very difficult is when people have said to me, oh, I've got to go visit someone in hospital, there's no one to see him, or so-and-so isn't well, and I've said, call age concern. They want the person who needs it to call age concern. The person who needs it doesn't want to call age concern.
Because they don't feel old.
Or they don't feel frail, or they don't want to ask for help, or they feel like it's asking for charity, or there's so many ors. How are we going to overcome this one? This seems like quite a challenge.
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is look at ourselves. We are whatever age we are. What can we do to help these people and educate them that age concern is not about being old and wrinkly. It's about looking after people who are slightly more mature than yourself.
Or who are not well.
Yes.
Because you could be 50-something and not well and not be able to get out and get medicine. These are the things, or do you know what I mean, you don't want to be stuck inside for a week dying.
But you don't even have to be 50. You can be in your 40s and
or even
contact
during
us.
pregnancy. I mean, you never know when you might need somebody to help. And I think that's what really age concern there. Going back to funding, you do all kinds of little events. Tell us about how you set up Age Concern to get the money in.
Right, we'll have approximately 6 events in a year, and hopefully in the summer we have wonderful weather. We can actually have lunches, and we do raffles and auctions and that type of thing. And also we're looking at doing an enormous event, probably in about 18 months' time, where we're having an international band coming over, concert, etc., etc. Very similar to what other particular charities that are doing here now. And we'll probably invite about 180 people. And obviously we won't overcharge. And we hope that you all come along and do your bit and get a table together, you know, at all the little events. But what we do have is every month on a Thursday, we have a coffee morning. And that means anybody who'd like to come along, potential volunteers, existing people who are aged, all sorts of people. Anyone can come along to the paddle tennis place, I don't know what it's called, and have a coffee and have a chat. You don't have to be frail to come to it.
And in fact, it's nice if you're not, it's just to make friends and get a support circle.
The committee will be there, and any questions that you need answered, we'll be able to do that for you. And we meet as a committee once a month and see where we're going forward. And what is very exciting, we have a very kind donor who has given us a lot of money in order to develop the website now.
Oh, congratulations.
So, which is brilliant, really. And that we're working on at the moment. And we're hoping to get the schools, the children that are working on IT, to become involved in the development of that website. And they're very excited, all the school children.
Well, that is exciting. And talking about websites, the British consul has actually launched a website dedicated to the over 50s, although it is, again, a support system supporting as well age concern. And that is supportinspain.info, supportinspain.info. And there you will find a compilation of all the services that they know of that are there in the Costa del Sol to support people who need it. Visits in hospitals, shopping, going and buying a prescription, even just popping in for a chat. Now, I went into the web and it had Age Concern San Pedro, Marbella. And even though Lynda and the British consul were together in a tertulia round table that we did, and they know about it. The difficulty of communication in our busy lives has meant that although the information is there, the phone number is missing. So, Lynda, you need to get in touch with the British consul on the web and let them know what the helpline number is.
Yes.
And I think it's just a great example that, as James Carl was saying, that even when we want to communicate and we're in touch, it's hard to get the message across. And that's why we need to be interactively communicating and doing our best to actually get the message. I can say one thing, you may understand another. So we need to really keep in touch so that we can make sure that the message is being not only transmitted but received, and that then we can move forward.
Well, also, the British consul have been fantastic, by the way. However, the other consuls need to get involved as well with age concern, because it's not just aimed at English-speaking people.
Well, the wonderful thing is, sorry to interrupt you, but at the United Nationalities Summit on the 24th of April, there will be a large participation by those consuls. As you will be there, this is the moment that we are going to, I've done this little Venn diagram, join all the dots, connect everybody up so that there's an opportunity to put into practice throughout the community these incentives that are being done by you and so many other wonderful people on the coast.
Fantastic, really fantastic.
Yes.
And we really appreciate you for alerting people to the fact that we do have Marbella and San Pedro Age Concern charity now officially here.
But now it's up to you to pass it on.
Yes.
Otherwise, what good is it? So if each one of us tells a few people we meet, then obviously we will get that message across. But it does mean we have to all get involved. Have we covered it all for the update at the moment?
I think so. I think so. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to give you some very exciting news.
Oh gosh, exciting! Yes, so I'm not sure. I like knowing in the moment, but yes, watch this space. Lynda Woodin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
as
Age
well.
Concern, thank you very much.
Hey, hey.
Free taxi 4 times a month and 25% discount on your car insurance if you're the zero hero.
Wearing a seatbelt is fundamental. Even braking suddenly at 7 kilometers an hour, your body will be thrust forward with the equivalent weight of 3 to 5 tons. That's like throwing yourself off headfirst of a 3-story building. We wouldn't want to do that. We certainly wouldn't do that out of choice. Now, when you're pregnant, a lot of people choose not to wear the seatbelt because it's true that the lower belt can actually hurt your uterus or even damage the fetus. However, there is an adapter now available that is a cushion that goes on your car seat, and when you get in the car, what you do is you put your seatbelt on as you would normally. So you put your seatbelt on, and now you're sitting on your special seatbelt adapter, and then you take the part that's between the legs, which is the optimum position to put the belt so it's below your uterus, it's below the baby, and if any pressure is exerted in case of sudden braking, it will not hurt you or the baby. But it is fundamental that you wear a seatbelt, because if you don't, you're risking your lives, your baby's life, and that of anyone else who is with you in the car or around you if you go through that windscreen. It's fundamental. Seatbelt first, but when you wear it correctly. And in pregnancy, it's very important to position that belt below the bump so you're all safe.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you.
Thank you for joining us this week. It's been fun to have you with us at Velvet. It is a great place, one of the very few that has a pianist during dinner that then livens up as the night goes on, and then you get DJs, sax players, just a lot of fun, no need to go anywhere else. And that's what we look for. One place to go and have a good evening, particularly at my age. You youngsters like to go from place to place, that's also fun. And that's the beauty of Marbella. There is something for everyone. And we hope to share that with you here on Marbella Now, whether it's for social reasons or business reasons. This is what our intention is, to get you together so we can empathize, get to know each other better. 137 nationalities living in harmony in just 27 kilometers coastline. Check out our web, marbellanowtv.com, for information and recordings of the show, the radio, my column in the Euro Weekly, and of course, the upcoming United Nationalities of Marbella Summit 2018 on the 24th of April. We hope to see you there. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other.
Halfway